Not sponsored.
There we go. Just trying to get it to focus on my face. Yeah. Anyway, it's been a while since I've made a blog post. Not for lack of trying. Just can't find a good time to get out on the bike. I did get something new. This.
Not sponsored.
So my plan was this year, I was going to get a drone, which the DJI Mini drone, but apparently it does not have auto follow mode, which, I mean, you can't really fly it and ride your bike at the same time. So and I've had folks offer to fly it for me while I'm riding, but if I'm by myself, then I can't. Now, when I say that I decided not to get the DJI Mavic Mini, it doesn't mean that I'm never going to get it. It just means that I'm not going to get it right now, so we did this instead. I think that this is probably the better option until they either make a version of this that has GPS for follow mode, or where, like, software doesn't weigh anything. If it's got GPS tracking and it's got a camera in it, the software that they would use to actually track somebody doesn't weigh anything. Marketing. The more bytes you put into a computer doesn't really increase the weight, does it? I know that the more memory from videos that I store on my videos, or from my videos, it doesn't make my computer weigh anymore. And maybe I don't know all the components that go into it, but I know that I can write a program right now that will use my webcam to track. And this camera right here is tracking my face. They're trying to say that it's to reduce the weight, but it's not. I don't see it. There's other ways of achieving the follow me mode. My Parrot drone can do the follow me mode. It doesn't have a mechanism in it that allows it to do the follow me mode. It follows based on image and software. It doesn't follow based on a piece of hardware. They could have added it. What they're trying to do, and what I believe they're trying to do, is still have a market for their other drones. Marketing, because at the 249 grams that this weighs, it's below the FAA's weight limit for requiring you to have a license, and it being considered a professional drone. So if you were to go out and get one of their other drones, it has the follow me mode, then you have to go and register it. You have to go and get a license. You have to have all that stuff in order to fly it. So I think that that's the reason that they haven't included the follow me mode. Marketing. So we did this instead. It's the DJI Osmo Action. I went out like a week or 2 weeks ago to use it, but I didn't realize how good the microphone was. Now you listen to this clip and you'll see what I mean if you understand audio.
Maybe by going this way I can avoid the rain.
Basically, when you have the microphone inside your helmet, like with the GoPro, I picked up the microphone great, and you'd ride down the road, you could talk, and there was nothing wrong with the audio.
So in order to understand what this means, you have to understand what distance attenuation is. And basically that means that for every doubling of the distance, the sound level reduces by 6 decibels. So if you have a microphone with a poor I don't know, say microphone with a poor pickup or a device that has poor audio, if the microphone's right next to your mouth like it is when you're doing motovlogging and it sounds great, will still do the job, but that means it possibly doesn't have as good of a microphone or good of sound quality. But if you have another device that clips when it's the same distance from your mouth, that could mean several things like better gain, better microphone, better pickup. In my helmet, I'm going to have to adjust the distance that the microphone is from my mouth in order to not cause the audio to clip. So it's a physical distancing thing rather than poor audio quality.
This one, the microphone is so good that it actually clips the audio without having ever moved my microphone inside the helmet. And it's this little guy right here. The Sonova Osmo Action 3.5mm adapter. Now you remember on my GoPro, I had filled the little side port on it with shoe goo to help prevent water, rain, things like that from getting in. Well, this guy actually plugs into the side of your camera like this, and it just snaps in. It already has a USB-C port on the back. It's got a 3.5mm jack on the bottom. It's got the USB-C. On the back, it's got a 3.5mm jack, and this plugs directly into your mic, which means I no longer have to have that big dongle, the microphone dongle, hanging off my face when I'm writing. So I just have to have the camera. So you no longer get the slapping noise of the dongle on your face. Awesome camera. It does 4K. It can do slow-mo. I think it can go up to 240 frames per second if I'm not mistaken. Just check real quick. It can do 4K at 60 frames per second. Sorry. It can do the 2.7K, 60 frames per second. 1080p. It can do 240 frames per second. Now when I edit my videos, I don't edit in 4K. I don't normally film in 4K, but when I do, it's at 60 frames per second. I edit them in 1080p, and then I upscale them to 4K so that when I upload them to YouTube, it doesn't downgrade the footage. Or if it does downgrade the footage, it'll still be sparkly, fresh, and clean. Now, I am going to have some ride videos coming up, hopefully in the near future. I am able to get out and do a few things. Jesus. But I think we're all kind of stuck in the same situation right now with the whole Rona. I had a few travel plans this year for trips and things like that, but obviously those have fallen through. Anyway, stay safe and keep the rubber side down. And keep your mask on.